Holy cow. How do I even, okay. You know, I wasn't expecting to have to fight this many synths to fight my way out, but I'm gonna help. I said I would. I'm super destroyed. We're looking bad, we're looking beat up, but we're gonna do it because that's what a Brotherhood member does. Not go and slaughter an entire group of pretty much innocent people, to be honest. I'm never gonna forget that episode. Lessons learned. Ada is just going in here and going ham, which makes me like her even more. Makes me want to build an even better robot, actually. I think we can do that. Okay, let's just get up in his face. Really? Really? Man, this gun does nothing to these guys. No, it's not the button. Hit. Okay, can we please just... Really? Behind me? That was the worst critical strike ever. Oh wow, I'm out of stim.
Another victory.
Okay. Inventory. Aid. Let's eat one of those.
For the Brotherhood.
May as well take what we can. They won't be needing those items any longer.
I agree.
Thanks for the assist, ma'am.
Yeah, you mind repairing me? Look at me, I'm looking mighty beat up. I look like I skipped arm day. I will take those though. I should probably go through all these because there's so many synths here. Yeah, we're just gonna pick up all their armor. That poor woman, man, woman, hard to tell.
Hell yeah, we slagged those damn synths. It was a pleasure to be fighting at your side.
Don't ever use the word slagged. That's just not. That's not anything anyone would say. What about that? Yeah, we'll get those. Then again, I say that, and the hilarious stuff that comes out of Star Wars cracks me up. Like Nerf Herder, you know, that sounds reasonable.
Assist,
it sounds like something someone would say in a situation like that. So maybe slagging, maybe, but at the same time, it's just a little bit too much. If you ask me, I think that's everything. At least everything that I'll take. Don't. He did it again. He knew I was gonna say something. So he said it again. I think we're actually extremely close to the end of this game. It makes me wonder where the story is gonna go, because it doesn't feel like you could just resolve what's happened thus far in the story other than just killing father. Like that's one way to resolve it, and we already technically did that in one episode when we first met him, and we just shot him in the head because I said no, which, you know, just burn her. But that's beyond the point. I think at the end of the day, I don't think any ending is going to feel satisfying to this, just because it doesn't feel like they've gone anywhere. Or rather, it doesn't feel like they've gotten to the climax of the story, right? I think that's the better way to put it. Like, it feels like this is still all tension building. And that actually brings me to a really good point. I recently went and watched the Batman vs Superman Enhanced Edition, which is the director's cut.
That's what you want.
Is that a sign that just... There's all sorts of stuff going on here.
These reinforced structures would make excellent cover.
Cool. Thanks, Ada. Let's look at our map real quick, and I'll talk about Batman vs Superman afterward. Where does it want me to go? Does it want me to go to Desmondia? Really? Stat, inventory, data. Report to her? It says return to the Institute, but I was banished from the Institute. Let's do this. We're gonna map, and we're going to go repair. And one of the best ways to do that is go to the Pride Inn. Or actually, I should have gone to Sanctuary because I have picked up quite a bit of stuff. Anyway, so I saw Batman vs. Superman in the theaters, and unlike some people, I say some because I think most people enjoyed the movie, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super fun. I got all the references. I followed the movie, right? And I got the references because I'm a DC fan. And I think because I enjoyed it more. It was definitely a movie designed for the people who were already in the know. Is that the best way to do it? I don't think so. No, I don't think it is. Was it enjoyable for me, though? Yes, it was. Do I wish it was different so other people could enjoy it? Yes. That being said,
Carry food with you.
I watched the enhanced edition, the long director's cut. That took the movie from like a 7 to a 9. It was so much better. And the reason why, and why it ties into talking about Fallout, is they took the time in that version to build the plot and to build the suspense. The first 3/4 of that movie is not a superhero movie. In fact, most of that movie is not a superhero movie, and I think that's okay. I think it is a political thriller because you have like the whole, and I'm not going to give spoilers away, so don't worry. But you have by the way, you should go watch it. The enhanced edition. Don't watch the base one.
Scribe Naraya's mole
Watch
rat
the one.
subjects are not pets. They are crucial military resources.
Yeah, I bet they are.
Taking down Paladin
As
Dance.
such,
Tough
they are
order to
not to be
follow.
fed by
Craft on
any
that
personnel
one.
save Scribe Naraya and her team. Any violation of this policy will
Okay,
result in
it-
severe discipline.
Does it? Craft? Okay, there we go. Got it. Yeah, absolutely go and watch the director's cut. But the thing with it, why is that not equipped? Wait, I'm really confused. Back. So that one's broken. Repair. Broken items cannot be equipped until they have been repaired. And I am missing steel, plastic, and aluminum. I know why. Okay, no, we got this. I know. We're gonna get back in. We're gonna go to Sanctuary. That's the problem here. So, in Batman vs. Superman, the director's cut, what ends up happening is that first half of the movie is like, Superman,
Welcome aboard, sis.
should he be trusted because he's kind of this all-powerful being? A lot of people say no. Batman, or rather Bruce Wayne, is angry at him because during the battle with Zod and Man of Steel, he took down one of Wayne Enterprises' buildings, killed a ton of people. So Batman already has like not necessarily a grudge, but he's very suspicious of the man's intentions. And all of this plays up to be this like this minor thing in the movie, the suspicion there, that is then fed upon by Lex Luthor. And Lex Luthor is in the background puppeteering this thing at the end of the movie. So he's basically making sure that what happens at the end of the movie is going to happen, and that he has a contingency plan in place for that thing. So the entire first third of the movie is Lex setting that up. Now, when you saw the movie in theaters, you didn't see any of that setup. You saw bits and pieces, but it left out a lot of the obvious, this is why Lex is doing it, this is his thing, this is like his actual like motivation there, as opposed to you just seeing them happen. Like you're seeing like the setup happen, and then towards the end of the movie, all of a sudden it's revealed, oh, it was absolutely me doing all of that stuff. And you're like, yeah, but was it? Like you had to actually like sit there and really think about it. And I don't think that's necessarily good. Like, I think having a movie forcing you to think, forcing you to consider what's going on in the movie is good. But I don't think that the movie literally leaving out information that would be better just to have it is good. So what ends up happening is, okay, I gotta reprint that, is you have these situations where Lex is then shown as the bad guy, and not just a bad guy, but as a genius for setting this kind of stuff up. And I think that is really freaking cool. It does a lot to show you who Lex really is. Because at the end of the day, Lex is like a genius who is he's the puppeteer, he's the manipulator, and that's what they show him as in this movie. But you wouldn't know that if that first third of the movie, or first three quarters, I think is a better way to put it, of the movie wasn't setting that up, and you weren't actually seeing that. And it feels like in Fallout, that's kind of what's happening here, is we're getting a bit of that setup, but we haven't gotten there yet. It's leaving out little bits of information, and we haven't gotten to the point of contention yet. And in Batman vs. Superman, that is literally when they fight at the end. I mean, the name's Batman vs. Superman. You can assume that that's what's going to happen, right? So at the end of the movie, they fight, and something happens. Not going to reveal what, but basically Lex has to go to a contingency plan, which is Doomsday. Now, if you're a DC fan, Doomsday he's a big one. He's a really big bad guy. It would be like bringing in the biggest bad guy. Actually, here's a really good example. In WoW, in Warcraft, in World of Warcraft, it would like be bringing in like the second-hand man to Sargeras, like someone who is really kind of, what's the way to put it? I want to craft. Why is it not letting me craft? Oh, it's because I can't. I'm in power armor.
Life still ain't perfect.
And I couldn't figure that out because I'm trying to talk about this very important thing, actually, because it actually makes a lot of sense. Craft. Scrap. Boom. And scrap. Cool. Can I actually upgrade this yet? Nope. Still need rank 3. That's fine.
Awful.
Anyways.
Still a hole, but it could be worse.
So you get Doomsday at the end, and that's kind of the point that it all culminates, and it's this really cool moment at the end of the movie when they're fighting Doomsday. And I think that without that, it just feels like, okay, well, I guess it ended. I guess that's the end of the movie. But if they left that out, that is. But because they have that in there, transfer, all junk, thank you. Because they have that in there, it makes the movie feel like, okay, I've reached the end. Like it's reached its peak, and there's no going back. Basically, let's go here. Let's go figure out what that bandage thing is. But this game doesn't feel like it has. It doesn't feel like it has had that setup, that political intrigue. It's kind of there, but it hasn't been explored fully, and it hasn't had a lot of suspense built around a final confrontation. And I feel like there should be a final confrontation here, and we're about to get to it. But I also have a feeling it's not going to be very cool. Hello.
Did you think I wouldn't know you've betrayed me?
We need the key.
After all I've done, the lengths to which I've gone to give you a new home, a new life, for us to be a family. But you have made your choice. From this point on, you are an enemy of the Institute. Should you cross us, we will kill you. Go now, and live whatever meaningless life you can.
Aren't you thankful for subtitles? But I always turn them on because there's always stuff like that in games. I think it was supposed to be louder than it was. Bugs. Why are you surprised? It's a Bethesda game. Bugs are what makes the game fun half of the time. But at the same time, it also breaks a lot of stuff. Anyways, now that we're banished from the Institute, which we knew was going to happen eventually they were going to catch on. Actually, you know what I would have liked? I would have liked that if you had done everything correctly, or done everything a certain way, not necessarily correctly, they would never have noticed. And then all of a sudden there's like a part at the end where you show up and they're like, wait, what? You betrayed us? I think that would have been a way cooler way to do the story in the game. Obviously that adds a lot more complications because that adds a lot more branching paths, and branching paths add complication just natively. I mean, look at any BioWare game, right? So, I could see why they didn't do it, but I think it would have been a lot cooler Talk to Preston Garvey about the Institute. I always say Gravy. But I don't want to talk to Preston. I knew I was banished. I want to go talk to Desmodia. Des, whatever her name is. In fact, I think that this marker might be wrong, and I need to go back to the Brotherhood because I think she's next to Liberty Prime. Or Liberty Prime's here. That would be pretty cool. I highly doubt it, though. Well, I guess we're going to find out in a second. Anyways, I just want to wrap up my thoughts on that. I think that the game doesn't feel like obviously I haven't seen the ending. I actually never finished it on my single player playthrough. And we're going to see the ending together. But at the same time, I feel like they've tried to set it up, but I don't feel like there's any way for them to end this story to make it feel like, oh, it's the end. It just feels like we're getting into the first act. And even with the DLC, which I know what it is, you know, like Far Harbor and the Nuka, whatever, I don't remember the name of it. That doesn't really expand on the base story of the game, which means that you never get that satisfying
Being
ending.
non-organic, these rats won't affect me. You, that's a different story.
You're so cool, Ada. We leveled up. But what do I want to get? That is the question. Because I could go gun nuts. Oh, no, I can't. I need 39. I'm 35. I could go science, which means I could start upgrading my power suit. Or I could just go full ham here and get another one of these. What's that one? Each hit vest has a chance to... Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that one, but I can't get that one. You can have save 2 critical hits. I think 15% more damage in combat. It's pretty good. What was the previous one? 10. So it's a 5% upgrade. Which isn't that bad actually when you think about it. But can't get that. That's 41. That's 34. Let's get Idiot Savant. Let's do it. We maxed it out. We did it, guys. We are winning. Wait, why are they here? Oh, oh my gosh, I just realized. Thank you for putting all your comments in before I even got to here. But I did just realize that because I broke the game by making it so I did not kill them, they have quests for me. Right? Which is also why I recently just got that banished from the Institute. I mean, obviously I got banished because of the stuff I've been doing for the Brotherhood. But the reason it wants me to talk to Preston, I think, is because I now have all 3 options available to me because I broke the game. I think. Don't quote me on that. I think that's why this is all happening. But we are going to continue down the Brotherhood line now that we don't have to murder helpless people. And now that we have a giant freaking robot built,